I thought I seen a sex video. Hey, Bella, it's me, Emily Jade Aguilar, your favorite big fat ass, tranny ass bitch in the cup. So, just a little fun fact about me: I am 19 years old from Chicago, and my gender identity pronouns are she, her, hers. So don't get it twisted because I will come at you. This is my best friend here.
Hey, bitch. My name is Eve Styles. I am 19 years old. I am from Chicago. And my identity pronouns are she, her, hers. And I'm just your regular schmegular cinnamon stick looking ass tranny hoe.
Wait, you're trans?
Yes, ma'am. I'm a man. In a wig.
Oh no. So I want to thank everyone for finally being able to watch the video because it's been like a year in the process of me tripping and tripping my mouth on these Facebook lives talking about something. I'm gonna make a video. But girl, I'm just a master queen at heart. What can I say?
Right.
Don't judge me. So basically I just want to welcome everyone for coming and just, getting the party started. This video will be more like of a story time. Me and Eve were just chit-chatting away. But the rest of my videos will be more so like very political or very just like story time or very just like I'm a fat piece of shit and I want to cry.
That's cute. Are you going to tell like stories, like really good juicy stories? Like your whole stories too?
What whole stories?
Bitch, don't lie to the world.
Bitch,
it's a new year.
You know my mama's watching.
That's right. Hey, Monica girl.
No, I do have some tea. She did find out the tea about the Uber.
How?
Girl, Amina spilled the damn tea. We were playing...
Amina, you a damn lie. You a hoe. You tripping. You twerping. You a bitch.
She a trick ass bitch for that.
What did she say?
She's like, all these times me calling you a puta, it really is true. And I was like...
It really is. I can't wait till you guys hear her whole stories. She has really good fucking stories. Besides the whole stories, like she has really good like political stories too. Like it's crazy. It really is good.
It's really crazy. But I think like honestly like the first story that I could really think about is that one time we were on our way to school.
Oh bitch, that was a good one. So do you want me to tell her?
Yeah.
Okay, bitch. But so we were walking to school, and we're not gonna tell you what middle school we went to. Actually, I will tell you what middle school we went to, so that you can go bomb that bitch because they did me so wrong. But we went to Dr. George Prado Math and Science Academy, and we were walking to school, and this is when I was barely getting up in drag. Like Jade, you weren't in drag yet, right?
No, I was just a regular clown.
You were just wearing like a good like red scarf, like
and a
good
cardigan, really preppy boy.
Yeah. Okay. And then I was full on like tight girl shirt, tight jeggings, like I wasn't wearing heels that day. It was just like tight shirts, tight jeans,
Oh, and a little like jacket.
A little jacket, probably, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then my gay ass probably had a bow in my hair too. So we were walking to school and we would wake up, girl, early. It was early. It wasn't no shin gigs where, we were them type of gays that were messy, going to school at 9 because we were doing all of this. No, baby. We woke up at 6:30 in the morning every day. We didn't even do shit at school.
Right.
Like, we really didn't do shit. And we would go to school. Wait, we should tell the story about the ducks.
Oh, girl.
That's a good story. We'll bring that one at the end. We'll tell you guys about that one. Because I know Monica watching this. But we were going to school, and it was bright and early, and we were crossing this gas station. And so we're like going across the gas station, and this car pulls in behind us. And Jade and I were living our best fantasy, talking about dicks or some shit.
Right. Oh no, and I think what had happened was we were talking about bleaching assholes because on the red eye they had like an ad for bleaching assholes.
Oh, that's true. You did grab the red eye. You're so weird.
Yeah, I did grab the red eye.
She is so weird. I don't like, bitch, no. But I think we were talking about bleaching assholes or something like that. And because remember I told you I wanted to get it done, and then you said I would, but then what if that part is whiter than the rest of my ass?
Right, like it's just not happening.
This bitch is so dumb. Then bitch, get your entire ass fucking bleach. I'm just kidding. But
Might as well.
might as well. Mariah Carey did. I'm kidding. But beyond that, we were walking, and when we crossed the street, the car pulled in behind us, and then all we hear is some man, and it was the man in the car, obviously. He like yelled at us, and he was like, "Those pants are for girls," and Jade got shook. Like,
No, I was like shaking him up.
that was the first time we both experienced any type of discrimination. I wasn't as scared because, you know, my fucking gay ass was over here watching RuPaul's Drag Race and Bad Girls Club. So I was over here like, bitch, square up then. But, you know, Jade was a good old Christian woman.
And still is. But I think for me it was different because, like, in my house I was always just sheltered and confined. You know, like, I wasn't exposed to gay culture. I wasn't exposed to, like, besides, you know, some certain ass bitch that lived in that house being cruel to me. I never, you know, faced anyone being cruel to me. Like, I was just like, I'm a closet gay, and that's it.
It was just more so like street talk. Like,
yeah.
You know, they were like, there's people out there that are mean to people for no reason, for being who they are. But you never experienced it firsthand.
Right.
Yeah. That's how it was with me, too. But, you know, my ass was over here just doing the most because, you know, I was just really doing the most. But at the time, I identified as gay. So, because I didn't even know what trans was, girl. I was, like, fucking what, like 13, 12?
Yeah, we were young.
No, we were not 13. We were 11 going on 12. We were really young. And, like, I was, like, you know, I was up and at 'em. Like, bitch, I saw RuPaul's Drag Race Season 2. And as soon as I watched that shit, like, bitch, I, like, started putting on my makeup and everything.
Right.
But yeah, so that's when we experienced that. And Jade got so scared. She was like, bitch, go. And then I was like, you know, my ass turned around and I said, and then Jade was like, no, bitch, don't say nothing. Go, go, go. And, you know, I was like, okay, whatever. But, you know, in the inside, my fucking penis shriveled up into a pussy because I was so scared. Like, I mean, it is what it is. But then the next story, speaking about penises and pussies, Jade.
Oh, no.
Why don't you tell him the story? This bitch is so messy. So messy.
Girl, we're not going to get into that part of the club. I will say this. So, how old were we?
Bitch, didn't we just turn 16?
We have.
What if we get arrested for this?
Well,
No,
we won't see
can't.
the club. We won't see the club
okay.
because we still go to the club. Okay, so we were just turned 16 like a month ago, like prior in that event.
Because it was in the summer.
Yeah, it was in the summer. So my cousin was basically like, you know, like, let's go out. And, you know, like, me and Eve have never been to, like, Boys Town together. Because I
had never gone.
Right. So I was like, girl, you know, like, let's go to Boys Town. So, you know, like, my cousin was like, well, yeah, that's fine. Like, we could just walk around. And, you know, like, she was just going to buy, like, a drink. And then we were just going to drink and walk around. So I was like...
Because that is what she said.
Yeah, well, I was perfectly fine with that. Because I was like, well, at least we'll see, you know, the gays tripping and tripping walking around. And then Eve was like, girl, like, I just want to get inside the club. And I'm looking at her like, bitch, you're crazy because we're 16 years old. Like,
no. Remember, no. It was Tata. Remember Tata?
Oh, yeah. She was like, I wish that you guys were 21 so we could go to the club.
Uh-huh.
And then Eve was like, well, we could go to the club.
And you know my crazy ass.
So then my cousin was kind of just like, I don't believe it. Like, I'll believe it when I see it. So then, and my sister was there. So then I remember Eve was like, follow me, Jade. So I was like, you know, just being like...
I was like the devil dragging you into hell.
Right. I was so far up Eve's ass, I followed her. So we ended up turning on that block. And we go to an alley. And I'm like, girl. And there's like... So we ended up being in the back of the alley of the club. And we see people like just sitting down there. My initial thought was like, fuck, like, these are the owners. They're gonna be like, bitch, what the fuck is going on? And kick us out. But Eve was like already walking up.
I was like running. I was like, come on, Jade, let's go.
So I was like, fuck, I'm gonna have to go in. So we ended up getting inside the club. And Eve was just like, grab a beer or like grab a cup.
Bitch, I was crazy.
Yeah, you were just like, grab a beer, grab a cup to make it seem like, you know, like, we've been here, like, you know, this our favorite club.
We grabbed a random drink, y'all. Mind the fact that we didn't know if there was cum, fucking drugs. We didn't know what was in that cup. We just grabbed somebody's random cup and started drinking it like we were grown folk.
Right. So, whatever. So, you know, like, we just finished taking a selfie and sending it to my cousin and my sister. And they were just like, my cousin had went to the line to go pay, and we told my sister, because she wasn't 21 at the time, we had told her, like, just go to the back. So my sister's sitting in the back because this bitch is shitty breaks. So I'm like, okay, so me and Eve, like, it's like 15 minutes in. Me and Eve, we're just like dancing the night away because we truly were, like, at this point, we were just living our fantasies.
We were.
Like, we both had dresses on.
I have videos. I'm going to put the videos up. Summer 2016, bitch.
Dress on. Well, I had a dress on, you had a dress on. Like, we were living our full, like, fantasies, basically.
I did. I had my green dress, the tight one.
And we were, like, 16 at a gay club. Like, you know, like, just imagine 16-year-olds at gay clubs.
Oh, girl.
Like,
I was on top of the rails and everything.
Girl, right. No, oh, girl, no. We're not going to talk about when I turned around and
No, don't talk about that. Don't talk about that. That's another story time in your channel.
Right. So... this guy comes up to us, and you know, like, me and Eve, we're just like bumping and grinding, like, just, you know, just doing our thing. And this guy, like, comes up to us, and he was like really cute. He was like white. I remember he wasn't chubby, but he was thick.
Yeah, he was like a good little, like, versatile man.
Yeah, so he comes up to us, and you know, he's chit chatting with us, and we're like, you know, like, I'm feeling him out. I'm like, all right, you know, I'm 16. I'm young, I'm hung, and I'm ready to, you know, get down. So...
to get my pussy fucking banged like the beat of a drum.
So he, like, comes up to us, we're chit-chatting, and then he's like, are y'all lesbians? Like, are y'all together? And, bitch, me and Eve must have looked at each other like, wow, well, at least we're... Well, and my initial reaction was like, well, at least he thinks I'm a woman, like a biological woman, that I'm lesbian.
And then there also was this other two men that Jade was grinding in the middle of. It was a man in front of her, a man behind her. And then in the middle of it, they both were like, is that your girlfriend? And Jade was like...
And then Eve...
No!
To make the story even worse, they already thinking we lesbian. And Eve, I turned around because, alright, so I ended up making out with both of the guys. Like, it just happened. I don't know how it happened, but it happened. So I made out with both of the men, and I turned around, and I'm like, where the fuck is Eve? Because, like, that's my best friend, so I'm like, this bitch probably got arrested or something. Bitch, I turned around, guess what? She's making out with a woman. Bitch, I never
remember, it was a dyke, it was a lesbian woman.
Yeah, it was a butch woman, and I was like, oh my god, I thought I would never see the day where you made out with a woman. And I was literally like, I froze. I was like...
I remember I was, like, making out, and then, like, I stopped, and then, like, because I just felt somebody glaring at me, and then I stopped making out. And then I turned to my left, and then I was like, hello? And Jade was like, messy. Messy.
I really was.
She literally said messy. And I was like, hello.
But girl, that's as far as we're going to get to the club story, because there's some things that we missed out that happened after the club, that happened during the club. So we'll just leave it.
It was all Jade.
Bitch, fuck you. Anyways, talking about being lesbian and being together.
We always got mistaken as, like, having sex. Like, everyone always thought we were doing some shit. Like,
right.
Even in school.
Right. And I remember, like, the first time that I had ever encountered someone thinking that we were having sex was my family. Okay, so... me and Eve, we're just, like, very, like, I don't know, we're so weird. Like, we find, like, weird things, like, so fascinating. So, we live by this park, I won't name it, because we literally live, like, right there. So, we lived by a park, and it was, like, the springtime?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, like, the springtime, and, at that time, like, Eve wasn't really allowed in my house. For other reasons. But we still, like, you know, we still hung out and stuff, you know. So it would be, like, early in the morning, and I would tell my mom, like, oh, I'm going to the park to feed the ducks. Because there was a duck, and she had babies. So we would like go and we would get some bread and like
At 6:30 in the morning.
we would be early queens, like and we would just get there because in the afternoon, like the duck will hide away because there's a lot of people in the park, so she needs to be taking care of her little duckies.
Mm-hmm.
So, so I told my mom like, girl, like I'm going to go feed the ducks, and then I'm just gonna go over to Eve's house because at my house, like I wasn't allowed to watch RuPaul's Drag Race. So what we would do is we would feed the ducks, and then we will go to Eve's house, cook ourselves some two sopa maruchans, grab a Coke, and watch RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally all we did. So,
And it was a weekend, so they were like, what fucking, like, little kids wake up in the morning at 6:30?
right. But it was like, we wanted to feed the ducks and we wanted to see
We
them.
really did.
So, I don't know how it happened, but, like, my mom's ex-partner, it's the whole shabaka. We're not going to get into that one. Anyways, she had like basically had told my mom like, bitch, like I know like they having sex. Like she was like, I know they're having sex and I know that they're smoking weed.
They said we were having sex at 6:30 in the morning and smoking weed in the park.
And at that point, me and Eve have never smoked a cigarette, never smoked weed, never like drank alcohol.
We were nothing. We were virgin.
Yeah, like it was like we never done none of that. So like to us, like we were in shock because we're like, well, I was really in shock because I was like, oh my god, like my family thinks I'm having sex with Eve, and then just the thought of having sex with Eve, like it's kind of musty. Like
that's gross.
It's just like smoking of the hams, So I don't know what we did, but I remember I just told Eve, and we were kind of just like looking at each other. But now we joke around, and now we just
It was real disturbing at first.
right. But now we just joke around. Like I have recently bought a bed, and then I told Eve she needs to come test it out with me.
I know. It's because like we have this weird sense of humor. Like I'll always be touching her and I'll be like, ooh, you look so juicy today, Jade. Or I'll be like, I know you want to eat this ass. Like, we just joke around inappropriately because that's who we are. We just are inappropriate. And like, bitch, we're just like, we love to curse. We love to be inappropriate. We love to just make jokes and like just have fun with life. And then some people literally take it literal and they genuinely think that Jade and I are having sex.
Right.
Like that was our entire middle school. People thought we were having sex because we were two gay boys that were best friends. And we were just like, I think the fuck not, you trick ass bitch.
Right. And I think what made it even worse is that like it's so like back then, I think it's a little more now accepting, but back then it was really like it was really hard to see like two very feminine gay guys be really, really close. Like they could be close, but we were really close. Like, girl, we did everything together, So like I think for them, like our parents were probably like, you can't clock this book. Like we know the book. Like we know what's going on. And it was like literally the total opposite.
We really were like the first like out gay kids in our neighborhood. Like there was no other like gay kids like us out there. Like, like Jay didn't start her transition as soon as I did, but she still had that very gay like, attitude, like
you knew I was gay.
Right. And like she still had her sense of style, like, she definitely made it clear to you, like, bitch, I'm not no regular schmegular man, so don't confuse me for a regular schmegular man, okay?
Like, call me honey and call me sis.
Right, call me Caitlyn Jenner, bitch, because I'm trans.
Right.
Well, at the time, we were just men. We were just gay men.
We were just gay men.
So, yeah. Well, you should tell them, like, what we mean by at the time we were just gay men.
Well, I think, like, we were, like, we knew we were different, but, like, I think, like, since we only did watch RuPaul's Drag Race, and at that time there wasn't much exposure, like, there was no out trans woman in RuPaul's Drag Race. I didn't have a drag mother. Like, we did not know nothing of, like, queer, transgender, non-binary culture.
Nothing.
Like, it was just regular, like, gay or drag queen. Like, that's
literally
all we knew.
Yeah.
So we were just kind of like, okay, like, we fit the script,
And at the time, I knew transsexual was a thing. And obviously, transsexual is not an appropriate term at all nowadays, just to let you guys know. But I still thought that transsexual was, like, in other words, like, cross-dresser prostitute.
Right.
That's what I thought of it as. I thought transsexual was a cross-dresser that prostitutes themselves, like a nicer word, like escort in a way,
Right.
but for a trans woman. And that's what I thought it was. So I never identified as a transsexual. And then also people, you know, nobody really knew what it was. So I would be told that if you identify as transsexual, that means that you changed your sex. Sex, transsexual. So I was like, I'm not transsexual. So I was just like, I'm a gay man. And then at first I thought I wanted to be a drag queen. Like, I really wanted to be a drag queen.
I knew I didn't want to be a drag queen. I knew I wanted to dress. Like, I knew I wanted to wear dresses and stuff like that. And I remember, like, we were, like, in that hallway where all the windows were at. And I remember we were literally writing out, like, our, like, whole life and, like, what we were going to do. I remember it so vividly. Like, I was like, girl, and then I'm going to have my heels on and my dress on. And now looking back, I think that was, like, me coming out as trans, but not using the word trans because obviously we weren't educated and we didn't know, like, that there's, like, a whole community. So we were just like, well, just be two gay men, but, like, we want to be living our fantasies, wearing, you know, dresses and heels and growing out our hair and just wearing makeup and stuff like that. So,
but that's what we meant, you know, for you guys that are like, how are you gay first and then trans? That's what we meant. Like, we always have been trans, but we just didn't know that there was a term for trans women. We just thought we were gay men that like to be, we said we were feminine gays, like, literally. So that was it. Just to clear that out there, because I know half of y'all hoes want to fucking hate and be like, so you saying you get to choose your sexuality? Because you don't, bitch.
okay, so it was just, like, weird times. But, I mean, we were spinning, dipping, and kicking, girl, early on, like, since the 5th grade. Like, since I had met you, like, because prior to that, bitch, like, obviously I've done other things before I've met you, but, like, that's when, like, I really, really got into the gig, girl. And not to end the video on a sour note, but more of a, like, appreciating our lives. Like, I just, you know, like, obviously today is Transgender Day of Remembrance. So we just wanted to sit down here and just really chit chat with the girls and share, like, you know, funny stories of our lives and crazy things that had happened with us, but also, like, be thankful that, like, we were able to have those experiences, because in a lot of times, like, just because you want to live your best fantasy, or, you know, just because, you know, like, you're more of a butch trans woman or stuff like that, like, you know, like, hate crimes happen all the time. And, you know, unfortunately, like, we have lost so many trans brothers and sisters over the years. We just want to really call out their names and just bring them to the space and thank them, you know?
Yeah.
Just have a little moment.
So I'm going to read out the names, and, you know, afterwards we are going to have a 1 minute of silence. So, you know, we would like for you guys to have the minute of silence with us, but we will leave an extra moment of silence afterwards. So, Krista Lay Steele Nut, and I'm sorry if I don't say the last name right, Nutzlin, 42. Vicky Gutierrez, 33. Celine Walker, 36. Tanya Harvey, 35. Zachariah Fry, 28. Felicia Mitchell, 45. Amia Tyree Berryman, 28. Sasha Wall, 29. Carla Patricia Flores Pavon, 26. Nino Fortson, 36. Gigi Pierce, 28. Antasha English, 38. That's a nice name. Diamond Stephens, 39. Catalina Christina James, 24. Keisha Wells, 54. Sasha Garden, 27. Fantasia Bell, 18. Dajane Stanton, 24. Shantae Tucker, 30. London Moore, 20. Nikki Enriquez, 28. Sierra Minaj Carter Frazier, 31. Roxana Hernandez, 30. And that concludes all of them.
and so many more.
So
'Cause
many more.
there's a lot of times, you know, we see on the news that they're misgendering them and not saying their real names, and you know, like, you know, they're not being real with us. So I'm more than sure that there's so many more trans brothers and sisters that are forgotten or misgendered. But we just want to bring them to the space and really thank them, and really anything that we do would not be in vain. And we're going to continue to live our best lives and our best fantasies. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you guys had a nice laugh. I want to thank Eve for, first of all, letting me film in her house and being part of it. And I want to thank my community for always being in support. So make sure to share, like, and subscribe and everything else. And if not, I'll go to your fucking house and cut your wigs off and cut your gaffs. So we'll see your whole dick.
That's true.
Yeah. Alright, so thank you guys so much for watching the video. Until next time, we'll see you. So now we'll like to just take a moment of silence for every trans brother and sister that has passed away this year and years ago, and welcome everyone to this space. So thank you.
May they rest in power.
Alright, thank you guys so much for watching and taking that moment of silence with us. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye.